So we are on lesson 10.5. We're continuing to work on our time intervals, which we've spent this week doing some review work. So now that everyone should have their Go Math curriculum and all their materials, we're going to get right back on track with our regular math. So we are going to focus on how can you use the strategy draw a diagram to solve problems. So here's our first question. Zach and his family are going to New York City. Their airplane leaves at 9:15 a.m. They need to arrive at the airport 60 minutes before their flight. It takes 15 minutes to get to the airport. The family needs 30 minutes to get ready to leave. At what time should Zach's family start getting ready? So we first need to read the problem. So I need to find what time Zach's family should start getting ready. And I got my answer right from that last question. At what time should Zach's family start getting ready? So there's a lot of information, and there's some of it that we need to really focus in on and use. So we need to know the time that the airplane leaves. What time it leaves the airport. We need to know how long it's going to take the family to get to the airport. And how long it's going to take the whole family to get ready for their trip. So we are going to use a number line to find our answer below. So our steps to solve. It says find 9:15 on the number line right here. Draw the jumps to show the time. So we need to count back blank minutes for the time they need to arrive at the airport. If you look back up at the question, it says they need to arrive at the airport 60 minutes before. So they need 60 minutes before their flight. I know that 60 minutes is the same thing as 1 hour. So if I jump back 60 minutes, and remember we're jumping back because we're subtracting, we're going back in time, 1 hour puts me at 8:15. So we also need to count back how many minutes it takes for them to get to the airport. It takes 15 minutes. So again, subtract 15. 15 minutes minus 15, we're at the top of the hour, 8 o'clock. And count back how many minutes it takes for them to get ready. It says the family needs 30 minutes. So I know that 30 is half of 60, so half of an hour. So it took them a half hour to get ready. So if I go back 30 minutes, I'm at 7:30. So Zach's family needs to start getting ready at 7:30 a.m. Make sure you're filling in your questions as we work together through these. All right, let's try another question. So Bradley gets home out of school at 2:45 p.m. It takes him 10 minutes to walk home. Then he spends 10 minutes eating a snack. He spends 8 minutes putting on his soccer uniform. It takes 20 minutes for Bradley's father to drive him to soccer practice. At what time does Bradley arrive at soccer practice? So we need to find what time does Bradley arrive at soccer practice? What information do we need to use? We know he gets out of school at 2:45 p.m. We know it takes 10 minutes to walk home. I'm grabbing this right from the word problem. 10 minutes eating a snack. I'm just going to put eating. 8 minutes to put on his uniform. And 20 minutes, a 20-minute drive. So how are we going to use this information? So we're going to focus and make a diagram to solve. All right. If he gets out of school at 2:45, I'm going to place my 2:45 on the left-hand side. Now the reason it's going on the left is because we know what time he starts. We need to figure out when he's going to arrive at practice. So we're going to move forward in time. So if we're moving forward, we're going to count on or move from the left all the way to the end of our number line. So he gets out of school at 2:45. Takes him 10 minutes to walk home. So I'm going to add 10 minutes. It takes him 10 minutes to eat. So if I do 2 jumps of 5 instead of 1 jump of 10, I'm at 3 o'clock and then 3:05. Because it's a new hour. It was 2 o'clock. The next hour is 3 o'clock. It then takes him 8 minutes to put on his uniform. I know that 5 plus 8 is 13, so it's 3:13. And then it takes him 20 minutes for his dad to drop him off and get him to practice. So 20 plus 13 is 33. So the time is 3:33. Make sure you include what time of day is in the afternoon, so we need to use PM. How do we know that your answer is reasonable? So if we added on to get our answer, we can think of the inverse or the opposite to check. So the opposite of adding would be to subtract. So if we were to start with 333, and for every time we added, we could subtract. 33